Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Let's just wait for a few more people to come and join us. Hi. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming and tuning in. This is another Drink Manila plus one. Drink Manila is really, really excited to have this guest of ours today. We're going to be talking about Lambanog. Lambanog, to every Filipino, they know it's a common it's basically a Filipino it's part of Filipino tradition. It is the Philippines arak, or in local terms, it means alak. It's almost the same, but actually it means something different. But we're going to be discussing that, and we're going to be educated, and we're going to be schooled by somebody who knows a lot about Lambanog. And I think it's really about time for more Filipinos to enjoy our own spirit, and we need to be proud of it. So I'm going to be introducing the ambassador of Lakan Premium Lambanog, not just any other Lambanog. It is called Lakan, and it is a multi-awarded Lambanog from is it Laguna or Quezon? I have to go and check with Miss Kat here. So without further ado, I'm going to be introducing you, Miss Kat Eckstein, the brand ambassador of Lakan Premium Lambanog. Hey, Kat.
Hi.
There, let
Hello.
me unmute you. How are you?
I'm okay. Just
I love that shirt of yours. It's very festive. Like
oh,
you're really, ready to create drinks.
it's happy hour.
Exactly.
Gotta dress the
So it's
part.
yes. Thank you for gracing us with your presence on Drink Manila Happy Hour. Drink Manila's a
Okay.
happy hour every Wednesday. So yes, I was telling the viewers, we're going to be talking about Lambanog today, and this is a spirit that really, really needs to be appreciated more. I mean, it's it's so Filipino, but like a lot of the Filipinos, especially like now, a lot of the Filipinos and a lot of the bartenders are now experienced drinkers, because they tasted a lot of like different spirits. But I just feel that Lambanog needs to be able to shine more, and be able to Filipinos need to be proud of it. I mean, we have a long history of we have a long history in distillation, and in fact, I know, and that without the Filipinos who went to Mexico during the galleon trade days, that was like Spanish galleon trading. If it was not for the Filipinos, the Mexicans won't be able to learn how to distill their tequila.
Correct.
So
That's right.
it's really, really interesting, to know that fact. And I know there's not a lot of Filipinos know that, but we should. I mean, that's why it's kind of frustrating that why, like, we taught the Mexicans how to distill, and they have an amazing product with with tequila. Everybody drinks tequila all around the world. Why not Lambanog? Why not us? Maybe you can shed some light to that, Kat. Tell us
Well,
about
who used to drink Lambanog back in the day were the Datus, the royalty. They were the ones that were drinking the clear spirit, right? So,
the
um,
noblemen.
yes. So, of course, the when the Spaniards came, they saw what is this clear liquid that they're drinking, and of course, Filipinos they taught the Spaniards how to ferment and distill, and a lot of people um, are not aware that lambanog is made from the coconut nectar, from the coconut. It's not the misconception is it's made from buko, from the juice, but it's not. So they cut the palm of the coconut, and then there they collect the nectar of the coconut, and it ferments itself. Within 24 hours, it's already fermenting from the natural um, flora in the air, and then right after 24 to 48 hours, then you already can distill the spirit, which becomes lambanog. So
Which becomes, well, before the lambano, it's tuba is harvested first, right? It's
correct.
it's
Yes.
beautiful sweet. I love tuba. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to have. But of course, you can't really drink after like maybe a day or two. It's not really, I mean, it becomes different because it's fermented. But
Yes.
it's really one of my favorite things to have, especially when I'm in the province. But since we started already, sorry, I just got to like, I was so excited about the topic about lambanog, and I just wanted to dive into it right away. I actually
Yeah.
forgot that since this is Drink Manila happy hour, we need to start with a drink first. So
Okay.
if you would please oblige, can you share first, a nice recipe for us to start with, so that
Should I
then we can go on, and then
Okay, should
yeah.
I make one now? Okay.
Yeah,
Good thing I
because we should
have
be
my
having a drink while we're talking, actually,
what
because
are
it
you
is happy hour, right? Well, I just have I just have my own I made my own ginger beer, and then I just have a bit of rum, and that's it. A bit of
all right.
calamansi. So that's the only thing I'm having, since I didn't get to have any of the I don't have lambanog with me, right? But hopefully I can have some lakan the next time we see each other.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
from now, I'm going to enjoy you watching. I'm going to enjoy watching you make this cocktail, and I
Okay, so
am going to just dream about tasting that one.
okay, let's see if I can push the camera down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Well, you know, let's see let's see what we can do here.
So for the
So
ones who are just joining us, we have Miss Eckstein here. She's going to be showing us how to make a nice, beautiful, modern lambanog cocktail out of a very premium lambanog brand called Lakan. So please stay with
yeah,
us
so
if you want to learn more about lambanog.
okay, just grabbing my ingredients. So please bear with me. The ones who are tuning in, just bear with me. So all right. So um, I have to admit that not of all my ingredients are complete. One ingredient being ice, because our fridge broke down, and
It's okay.
it's part of life. I'm just trying to people out
No,
there.
but we're making drinks out of our homes, so
Correct.
that's fine. What's important is you can show us that you can make like good drinks at home, uh,
Correct.
despite of your situation. So that's totally fine.
Yeah. So what I could do right now is that I have my so okay the cocktail is called Music ni Maestro. Okay, so it's just like a very classic cocktail. It requires no shaking, just some stirring. And I had some leftover coffee from this morning that I didn't drink. And I have some vanilla syrup. And we have some Lakan bronze here.
Yama.
So,
How I wish I had some had some lakan and all those other ingredients lying around at home. But that's the beauty of, being stuck at home, right? You got
right.
to be creative.
I mean, I'm sure you have some coffee, like, sometimes you don't finish the whole pot. It's just like sitting there the whole day. So I was able to grab some, and then since I don't have ice, I just put it in the fridge so it's cold. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put about uh, I'm at home. I'm not driving. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm gonna make it a heavy pour. It's gonna
Like
be like two
120?
ounces. That's like the day is still young. So I'm gonna put about 2 ounces or 60 ml inside my shaker. And unfortunately, during quarantine, my mixing glass broke. So I'm just gonna
It's
be
all
using
right.
yeah, like a tin. Doesn't matter, we're
My
only here to
favorite
impress
equipment.
ourselves,
Yeah, my favorite equipment,
right?
especially during the lockdown. It's just a jam jar. A jam jar, and I always have my cover with me here. So whatever I do, I always, I can just shake it.
Right. Oh, I can already smell the lambanog. It's you know, the beauty of the bronze is that you can smell a lot of jammy and vanilla notes. It's also it's specially formulated by the our master distiller, and he has this process of how he cooks the 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 lambanog to get those certain flavors to come out, so that it's not, that typical smell of lambanog has that it's almost a sour note to it, which we don't have
Yeah.
here in our Lakan. It's very smooth, velvety, and so yeah, I can already smell it.
Why do you why is that way? Is it if I remember right, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
I know that Lacan is triple distilled.
The bronze
Is it
is,
triple?
yes.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
bronze.
Right. Okay.
The bronze, yes, it's triple distilled. So, not all. Of course, the more you distill a spirit, the more you strip away its flavors. So, when it comes to making cocktails or even drinking it neat or on the rocks, I really love the Lacan bronze because it has that lovely silky mouth feel and that taste. It's amazing for cocktails and also to drink on its own.
Okay.
So, okay, the next step, I'm getting thirsty already. So, the next
I'm
step,
already drinking. I'm already drinking. So please hurry up.
okay, so the next step is I have my coffee from leftover from this morning. It's nice and cold, so I put about um, double that. So, it's a nice Barako that I drink. I love Barako since um, it's also, I believe it's from Lipa, the the,
Okay. So
the
it's
coffee bean
near
that
your
we get.
area as well, right? It's near your area
Yeah.
because you live near.
Yes, yes, I live in Laguna. So, we have now. I have some vanilla syrup, and someone's joining me.
It's all right. Hi.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 1 ounce of the vanilla syrup because I don't want to take away the flavors of the coffee beans and lakan. And then I have these lovely bitters that I got from Canada, and it's created and made by Lauren Moat, who I'm sure you know. These are Denman bitters. I love it. It's very aromatic,
Nice.
and I think it will go really well in this cocktail. So I'll just put a few drops in there. And sorry guys out there who are just joining, I don't have any ice, so I'm just gonna stir it. Then
Oh, you're gonna love the way this is like an awakening. It's a drink that's like, really there. A
so I'm
very
just
strong, stiff drink.
ah,
But it's okay. You're a professional, right?
yeah. I mean, I might add a little bit of cold water in there. So I have my cold water right.
Yeah.
So just to dilute it a little bit. Then I have my lemon twist. It's really, it's really your preference. You can put orange zest, or you can put lemon. Today I just happen to have lemon in there. That's it. So I have my cocktail ready. So
Right. That looks really
shall
nice.
we?
I love
Shall we drink?
that. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, Kat.
Cheers.
Forgot you.
Mm.
All right.
Ah,
That
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
exactly what you just need. It's exactly what you need in the on a Wednesday afternoon. So for people who haven't just joined us, again, we're talking about um, Lambanog, and I think as a Filipino, or even not a Filipino, but everybody should learn and know about Lambanog. It's such a beautiful, full of history. We have a lot of like a long line of history about Lambanog. So yeah, so please,
Yeah.
Kat, we were talking about Lambanog, and during the time Lambanog was being enjoyed by a lot of the noble people, the noblesmen, the datu, which is like an equivalent to a king, right?
Yes. So I do believe that the process of Lambanog was it was really meant for the datus, and then later on it became, let's let's fast forward into the future. It became, I guess, considered the drink for the masses. You know, it
In
was
modern
made,
times, yeah.
yes, like the poor man's drink. So um, a lot of us developed those stigmas with lambanog. It was compared to gasoline. It was compared to, of course, all those horrible things that happened with lambanog poisoning. And it wasn't marketed properly. It wasn't, and I guess also with with history itself, with being occupied by the Spaniards and the Americans, and we developed that inferiority complex with anything that really belonged to us. So instead of lambanog being something that was celebrated and you know um, and uplifted, it was kind of shunned away like everything else. Everything that is supposed to be um, authentically local and something that's part of our heritage. So yeah, even with the brand, there people are always so aghast, like, oh my gosh, how can lambanog be so expensive? If they just understood the distillation process, if they knew that it takes the nectar of 60 trees to make one bottle of 750 ml of Lakan, if they
Wow,
understand the
I
process.
didn't. That's amazing.
Yes. Well, it used to be 40 trees, but you know, uh, because of the climate change and everything, and because of the how unpredictable the weather is, it's now become from 40 trees. It's now 60 trees to harvest. So
Wow. And
yeah.
I
So
mean, I can just imagine it takes a while just to like harvest these 60 trees, and these trees are not a joke to climb. I mean, people actually climb these trees, and it's like they're it's like they're almost staking their lives with it. I'm sure you guys have like safety, you have your safety protocols and stuff, but still, it's not like it's not like a grape tree that you can just nip from the bud and that's it. I
well,
mean, these
we have
trees,
a
they can be
little.
really really high.
I'm gonna share a little trade secret with you. We don't have the what do you call them, the the tall coconut trees.
Oh, you
We
guys
have
have
the midget
Filipino
tree.
coconuts, that's the midget ones. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you guys use like, so the midget ones are, but they're not. Are they Filipino? Are they Philippine coconuts? Because I know the midget coconuts are are not from the Philippines. Like, I've
Yes.
been used to
Well,
like seeing our coconuts that are really tall.
they are Filipino. They were just genetically. They were just uh sorry, scratch that. They were just I guess trained to grow shorter, and
So they're
sorry,
bansot.
I have a lot of people distracting me right now. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Sorry. Working mom, right? You have to. you know, my daughter just asked if she can go next door to play. So anyway, um, yes, so a lot of our workers don't have to climb and risk their lives anymore.
Thank God,
We
because that
have
would be
the
really scary. I'm like imagining it, and I'm like, oh my God, 60 trees,
yeah,
coconut trees.
that's yes. So where was I? Um,
So 60 trees for one bottle.
yes, yes, for one model. So yeah, the a lot of our own consumers, our own countrymen are always the ones that are first to react. Like, what? Why is Lakan? Why is Lambanog so expensive? It's so ridiculous. But at the same time, they're willing to buy an expensive bottle of gin that comes from, let's say, from different country, from London or
Mhm.
or from Spain. But why is it so hard to support our own? I think um, it's just we have to really change the way we think. We really have to support local these days, especially what's been
Especially
happening.
now. Yeah.
Exactly, what especially now more than ever. And what I've been saying since the beginning of time, ever since I've been bartending, that it really is best to support your own local fruits, your own local um, uh, weavers, our own local shoemakers. We have to really support our own first and foremost. So that's where my pride comes in when it comes to mixology and bartending. That's really where I like to my work ethic comes from there, to really support and uplift the Philippines and what we have to offer. We have so many beautiful things to offer. So
So since we're talking about, we're talking about it's these inside information about, like, I mean, these people, they're like, why are you guys charging so expensive? Like, that's lambanog, that's like 100 pesos per bottle if you buy it everywhere else. But you probably get like those lambanogs that are flavored with, like, bubble gum or something. The really scary
oh
ones that, so then comes along, fast forward, I mean, from a noble, from all the noblesmen drinking it, from the datu, the king, during, the early times, and then
yeah,
fast forward to modern days, it becomes bastardized and it becomes a poor man's drink. And now
yeah,
Lakan comes in, the first premium lambanog, who I know that you guys have been winning awards as well,
yes,
internationally. But then, you come here to the Philippines, and then, people are like looking down at, why lambanog? Why is it so expensive? Why does it have to be that way? And you're
yeah,
like, yeah, because, there are reasons why it's expensive as well. And, why can't you just, support a Filipino brand? And I know that, like, also another controversial thing is that, so Lakan Lambanog being so expensive, uh, and then another thing that they've done is that they hired a brand ambassador who happens to also be a woman. I think you're the
right,
only lady brand ambassador in the Philippines, and it happens to be also, you're the lady brand ambassador to a drink that people think that only the people who are in the provinces or the tambays drink. So
right.
what's with that? Is it something that Lakan likes to do? Does Lakan like to raise eyebrow? Do they like to, like, raise make people raise their eyebrows? What is it? What is it about it? I mean, I'm all 100%, 120% support Lakan. I love Filipino products, and I think, lambanog is totally a spirit that needs to be, more popular. It should be supported. Filipinos should be proud of it. So, and I know that, Lacan has been taking steps to get to that direction. And now,
Yeah.
they have you also as an ambassador. So why you?
Well, you know, when they started making lakan, they they thought that Lambanog has always been labeled as sort of like a macho drink. When you drink it, it puts hair in your chest. That kind of that that stereotype that, oh, you drink it if you're a man. That sort of mentality. So bringing me on board would kind of soften the brand a little bit, because if we want to take it to the next step and we want um, every person around the world to know Lambanog and to know that it's from the Philippines, then we need to kind of change the the idea about Lambanog, and we need to soften the brand and let people know how amazing it is to drink on its own, how amazing it is to be drank with cocktails, and that it can stand with the rest of the other spirits around the world. I think that if you look at other spirits, let's say, how come we can address it as cachaça? How come we can address it as tequila? How come we can address it as, the spirit that it comes from, like raki, or uh, you know um, other spirits that have their own name, right, in their own category. But how come with us we always have to change it into, uh, it's a coconut spirit. It's why can't we educate everyone around the world and teach them that it's not coconut spirit, it's lambanog.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they have me on board, because I just love to teach people, I love to talk to people. And I think that being a woman, it's I think it's easily more I'm more approachable, I guess, when it comes to questions. And being a woman, a lot of people tend to question my position, and they also tend to question the brand, and then they also tend to see how much I know about our spirit. And the more I'm challenged, I guess the more they're surprised that, oh, okay, she knows what she's talking about, and they see that I have so much passion when it comes to the spirit and Lambanog and Lakan, and educating everyone around the world that this is Lambanog, right?
Why do you think people should drink lambanog?
I It's fantastic. Everyone should try it, and then it will speak for itself. Really, I have to say that when how many years ago when they started Madrid Fusion, and they had all those,
Um,
yeah, all
six
those,
years ago, maybe.
right, and you had all those amazing,
Chefs
those
from Spain,
yes,
the
those amazing
Michelin
chefs from
star
Spain.
Spain. Yeah.
Yes, and when they saw when they discovered our pili nut, they went crazy. They went crazy. They've never tasted anything like that before. They were like, "Wow, this is fantastic." And I think that if we can get Lakan, um, and we have Filipinos try it and talk more about it and have more pride in it, and they can see that whenever, it's kind of sad that every time I let foreigners try it, they just love it. They fall in love with it. They
Yeah.
think that the price point is just, it makes sense to them. They don't even question it. They think it's a fantastic product, and they want to bring it back home, to their country. And so, I think everyone should try Lamanog at least once and see if they like it. And I'm sure they'll learn to love it, you know. So
I know that Lacan has had awards already, international awards. Can you tell us a bit more about that? I mean, it's like I don't even want to compare the level of Lacan. You have a fine spirit, which is Lacan, and then you have all the other lambanogs that are um, uh, most of them are not even produced legally, because not everybody has their accreditations and their certificates. And I know that you guys have all of those.
yeah,
And there has been some accidents, situations wherein there were a lot of people who got poisoned because they were drinking lambanog that wasn't supposed to be out in the market. Um, how are you guys handling these things? How do you, aside from that, how do you differentiate yourself?
Um, it's uh, it's a little bit controversial because we cannot compare ourselves to the Lambanog that's being made on the streets, because we have high end, science grade equipment. We have copper stills that we use, and we have um, our equipment comes from Germany, and there is 0% of having any methanol coming into our product. Whereas the ones that are being developed in the streets, the ones you buy from like the plastic bottles, um, they are doing it old school. So I wish I had some visuals to show, but they really don't have any. A lot of them don't even have a thermostat to gauge how hot it is when they're distilling the spirit. So it's all eyeball. It's for them. They have their distiller who kind of guesses. Um, it's really risky because there is no scientific equipment that they use at all. They're still using the traditional wood fire to heat up the tuba, and it's scary. They have their old school ways of saying, okay, because of course the first drip that comes out from distillation is the methanol, right? So they kind of just eyeball it, and they're like, okay, the first few drops, okay na, oh, that's okay already. They kind of eyeball it, um, and so it's really risky. We really cannot compare to that. Um, uh, and of
People should
course, they're
not
putting it.
compare. Yeah.
It's really difficult, and when they compare our product to what's being sold on the streets, it's not even, to be quite honest, it's not even really real lambanog. They claim that it's lambanog, but we cannot regulate it because a lot of it comes from sugarcane, and they're passing it off as lambanog. So there's no way to regulate it. So I just want to tell people out there that if you're gonna drink, please just educate yourselves. Get to know what you're drinking. Educate
Yeah,
yourselves on.
check if they have an FDA approval as well. I mean, if they have the certificates, because chances are it's just really moonshine, no?
Right, exactly. So there's no comparison really. Uh, eh, I would just say, I think especially now that I'm getting much older, I'm very wary of what I put in my body. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
just have to make people, just be careful. If you, I still encounter a lot of people who swear by their regular suke, who makes their lambanog, and then they still get it in the big gallon of plastic, the big plastic gallon. They swear by it. Oh, I've never haven't been poisoned. Okay, just be careful, please, and don't. You
It's
know,
like playing Russian. It's like playing Russian roulette in a bottle.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it is
yeah. So
important. It's definitely important for people to know what they're drinking, where it's from, how it's made. It's very important.
right,
It's not just, it's about drinks, but also, as important as it is to know about where your food comes from. It's also very important to know where your drinks come from and how they're making it. So
right,
yeah, and also I think like the government definitely has to step up and come up with proper regulations. Not regulations that people can just interpret themselves, or people can just pay off somebody and a way to go. But yeah, we have a long way to go. I mean, if we want lambanog to be a household name, not just in the Philippines, and a household name with a positive note to it, not a negative note.
Right.
Definitely, all these things that have to come into play. So, what are the other what is so you guys are producing amazing lambanog.
Yes.
What else is? I mean, I know like right now it's the same for everybody across the board. For all companies, people are having a hard time. What is Lakan doing right now? What is the future for Lakan? Where do you guys see it heading
Well,
to?
we've had a lot of hurdles that we've had to overcome because the distillery is located in Lipa, Batangas. So we were directly affected by the Taal volcano eruption. And then right after that, we have the COVID-19, and a lot of our sales are 90 about 80%, 80 to 90% relying on travel retail.
Travel retail, and
But
also for do you export?
no, we don't. We don't. So what we've been working on right now, it's given us time to reflect, and I'm proud to say that in the beginning of the pandemic, after we already started to get back on our feet after the eruption, uh, we I was able to connect Philippine craft distillers to this uh, this 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 I guess a plant that develops alcohol. So they do
Oh,
like
okay.
lotion and things like that. So the next step for Philippine craft distillers was to make alcohol for
Okay.
the Filipino
So are
people
you
because
so you guys are still making it, or do you have it now?
we have it now. We've had it since
Wow.
March, and it's just been approved by the FDA. So shout out
Awesome.
to I have to say a shout out to
Congratulations.
Terry. Terry, who lives also here in my area, she helped develop it for us. Of course, as you know, Lambanog has a certain smell. Um, so when you rub it in your hands, you're like, it smells like I've been drinking all night long. but thanks to Terry, she's been able to develop the alcohol gel into something that's, I think, we're really really excited about it. So now that we're FDA
so you don't
approved,
you so you won't have to worry about smelling like you've been drinking lambanog, is that the thing?
right? Or smelling like a bartender, basically. you know, you know what that's like, right? You're covered in booze, but yeah, and also we've been working on a rum as well.
Oh, rum. Wow. Is it okay, so tell us more about the rum. That's really interesting. I mean, we've been getting a
Well,
lot of like, we've had quite a lot of successful rum brands coming out of the Philippines, and this is a
correct.
new one. So
Rightfully
so
so.
when are you releasing this? When are you guys releasing this?
Well, it's
Is there a
also
date already?
currently we just have FDA approved. It's been approved, and we're just kind of hanging out at the moment. We're just waiting to see what the next steps will be after the um, the pandemic has eased up a little bit. And then, yeah, but I'm just happy to announce that, and people should stay tuned for that because we're really really excited to bring out more products that are, proudly Filipino, and yeah,
Awesome. I mean, it's the best. It's actually the best time to talk about it. I mean, because everybody should be doing that. Everybody should support local, and really, really think about be very conscious about where they're getting their products from, and they should really be able to use their money to
yes,
support where local. I mean, that's going to be the survival of the Filipino race.
yeah, with a smile on their face, pa, right?
So
So
okay, so you've
I'm just
been
gonna, I'm almost gonna lose bat, so I'm just gonna plug it in. Just give me a second.
okay. No
Sorry,
worries.
I don't want to lose you.
So okay,
So
so people who are just joining us again, or people who are still with us, thanks for sticking with us and listening in, tuning in. I just wanted to say hi to a few people who are watching us today. Louis, your friend Louis is here. Paul is also here. Yeah,
hi. Oh,
Selena's
and also,
also
yeah,
watching us.
Ian. Hi, Ian. He's always been
Ian's also awesome.
our star bartender whenever Lakan has events. He's just always consistent and always just so pro. So I have to give a shout out to Louis. So
Right. Hey,
yeah,
Louie. Thanks for
yes,
joining in.
yeah. Hi, Lennon.
How
Who else
Lennon's
is
also
here?
around. Great.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, what else? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's like, people are questioning. It's kind of like, that's why I was asking you, like, why you, why a girl for Lambanog? Now that you've answered that as well, how has it been? Like, you've been the ambassador for is it less than a year?
I started in September. So yes, less than a
September.
year. Yeah.
And so what do you tell your how about your kids? You got two beautiful kids. You have a your daughter is how old?
She's now 6, and
She's 6 and
the little boy is a year and 5 months.
so what do you tell your daughter? I mean, did you tell her that you had a new job and you're gonna be working for this spirit company, a Lambanog? Does she know what Lambanog is?
She knows that mom is a bartender. She knows what mom's job is. And I always, I guess, whatever I put it out into the universe, and I know that my children come first. So the companies that always do approach me are just so family oriented. I'm just so blessed because they understand that my job as a mom comes first. And it's just been so wonderful, especially working for Philippine craft distillers, because they also are so warm and family oriented, and they're just it's been such a pleasure to work for them. And they've they also invite the family, they invite the kids also to the events. It's been fantastic. So even since
That's awesome.
my daughter yeah, ever since my daughter was like a year and a half, if she knows that mom is leaving for work, she'll say, "Oh, mom's going out for to go shake." So that's my job description.
So that's your job is
Mommy's going
you
out to
mommy
shake.
does shake.
Yes, yeah.
So how do you like in your household? Like just trying to compare mine because people are always asking me, oh, you're from Drink Manila, you're always drinking, and I'm like, yeah, I drink, I drink when I have to, but I'm not always drinking. Or if I do drink, actually, honestly, I'd be probably like just tasting the drink
Yeah,
here on my hand and just
yeah,
staring it and tasting it, and I don't like drink every day.
yeah,
And they're like, also, how about your kids? Do you make them drink? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, what do you mean? And, they're like, yeah, I do. If they ask me if they wanted to try this and stuff, like I have a, I have a 9-year-old son. He just turned 9 last
yes.
Sunday.
Happy
He
birthday.
asked me like, I'm drinking a beer maybe with a friend, or I'm just, creating some cocktails, and he'd be like, what is that? So I don't, I tell him, I share the knowledge of what it is, and he doesn't think that I'm a drunkard or anything. So how do you introduce that terminologies? How do you introduce them to the world of drinking with by being also responsible for it? How do you take it? Because a lot of people in their households, they always think drinking is taboo.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I mean, it's like, but I feel that like a lot of my friends, even my my foreign friends who maybe are French, I even ask them like, how do you like, and these guys are like, um, the best sommeliers in the world, for example. You know, I ask them like, how do you introduce that to your kids, and they're like, I just, it's part of our household, so it's not taboo. And I see that like when people who are having households that have that as a misconception, as a taboo, um
Well,
it confuses kids.
to me, I don't, I just ignore what everyone else thinks because deep down inside, I know I'm a good mom.
Hmm.
And I'm not drinking at home. I guess the misconception for a bartender up to this day is that, oh, you're a bartender, you must drink every day. Oh, you're a party person, you're a party animal. Well, yeah, I do like to party, but that doesn't mean that I'm drinking. Partying doesn't mean that I'm drinking on the job. Partying could mean under the definition of meeting new people, making sure that your guests are comfortable, making sure that they're happy, making
Yeah,
sure that they're
a
having the
great
best
host.
experience. Yes, making sure that they're having the best experience that they have at your event or at your bar or at your restaurant. And hospitality is part of my blood, and I think that my kids do see that, especially the oldest. The youngest, he's only
Not
kind of,
yet.
he hasn't really experienced yet, but my daughter understands that mommy likes to host and mommy likes to meet new people, and she likes to make sure that her guests are comfortable. And um, I'm not, I don't really, I don't really care what people say. I still bring my kids, well, my daughter to school. I homeschool her. Whatever I have outside of the home is a completely different life than it is at home. But how it's integrated is that she knows that mom works hard, and she knows that mom sometimes has to develop cocktails, and once in a while mom likes to have a beer or a glass of wine at home. And I think that shouldn't define, moms in general feel guilty about everything. They I mean, every mom out there knows that there's this thing like mom guilt about having fun or having their nails done or going to work. Or I think that we have to stop being so hard on ourselves and just live our happiest life, because when mom is happy, the kids are happy. So that's really how I try to parent. And I'm very open with my kids. And if my daughter wants to pour my beer for me, great, that's a plus. She'll pour it for me, and it makes her so happy. So yeah, so I guess I hope that answers your question.
No,
But
thank you for sharing. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of like, we're not the only ones in the industry who have kids already, and
right,
it's just also for other moms out there who do enjoy a tipple or two. You know,
right,
uh, just be open about it. But of course, be responsible. You're not drinking just because you want to get drunk, right?
yeah. Oh, and yeah, someone who's watching, a new mom. Hi, Charlene.
Oh,
A new
Charlene,
mom.
hi,
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, I
yeah,
love Charlene. Oh, did you know that they made so I saw one of their stories, and
yeah.
they posted the breast milk, right? And I said, "Oh, are you guys gonna be doing a cocktail out of it?" That was so funny, but they made one. They totally like made a cocktail out of the breast milk of Charlene. I don't know, like, are you selling
I
that
love it.
already? You better start making a lot more. Oh my god. Anyway, oh yeah, we have a viewers asking also if the distillery is in Alipa, right? In Batangas, an hour and a half away from Manila.
Yes.
But is it open to visitors?
Well, hi, Paul. Well, the thing is, right before Taal volcano erupted, we were already going to have tours
I was supposed to
in
go there, right?
yes, we were supposed to have tours available to the public, in the farm, and then also have tours combined with Taal town, and because Taal is it's a heritage town, and it's very beautiful. There's a beautiful church there. Why not? Why not celebrate the Filipino culture and have we were already starting to develop that, but
Well,
I guess God has other plans, and we're still we're still very positive. We're still very hopeful, and hopefully, it will be available next year. But unfortunately, because I believe Batangas is now an MGCQ, I think. So not quite. We cannot have visitors yet, but we will keep everyone posted, and we would love everyone to see the farm and the distillery and how Lambanog is made, because that's the only way we can educate people about Lambanog is to have people come and see how it's made and we make it very safely. So yeah,
awesome. So, there's a lot more, there's a lot of things to look forward to with regards to Lambanog. One is looking for like everybody who's here now listening to us should look forward to tasting Lakan. So if you're looking to tasting a new spirit and trying it out, definitely try a Filipino one and make it a lambanog and make it Lakan. Looking forward to visiting your distillery when you guys are open for it,
yes,
when you're ready, when you guys are allowed, when we're all allowed to do so.
yeah,
Also looking forward to trying out that rum, and of course maybe having a try also of the hand sanitizer
yeah,
and the lotions that
yeah,
you guys gave.
yeah.
Maybe I can request for a sample. Maybe I can use it in the resort in Palawan. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That would be fantastic.
Right. And then
Yeah.
what else? What else? There's a lot of things to be looking forward to. I think like people should really be in a positive frame of mind. Because if you're in a positive frame of mind like you guys are, and
Yes.
always keep that in mind. When you're positive, you always have the narrative in your control. So as long as you have the narrative in your control, there's so many opportunities that you can do. So these are things
Yes.
that like something that I'm seeing with you guys as well. So Kat, you owe me one more drink actually before we wrap
Yes.
up.
Yes. The ice just arrived. Behind the scenes, it just arrived. But
Oh
the
wow, it's sneaked in, huh? The ice.
yes, but it's a Pinoy style ice, you see.
Oh yeah, but it's an ice nonetheless.
Hooray! So
God,
yeah. Okay. So you'll have to excuse me. I have to I guess crush the
you
ice
would
a
have to
little bit.
crush it and pound it. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll be here. Yeah, again, thank
Oh,
you guys. I mean,
I have a friend watching, Grace. Hi. Grace is a neighbor and an old friend. So I want to say
she gonna
hi.
be drink. So she's a neighbor. Are you gonna be drinking lambanog with her after this? That drink of yours looks really nice, and it would probably
Oh,
be even nicer now. It has like it can be cold now because you have ice, but it's
actually,
almost finished.
it's quite nice. Well, I have another one. So let me just get it ready for you. Maybe you want to answer some questions. I don't know. I'll be right here.
So, guys, for the ones who are just joining us again, we have Kat Eckstein here, who is educating us about Lambanog, and just we're just catching up also on how things have been during the pandemic for her, and also her brand. Kat, pukpok mo na lang daw sa pader yung ice. I don't know if you can hear me, but uh, we Kat didn't have ice earlier, but now the ice arrived. So Star says, just slam it on the wall.
Okay, I will. I'll do that. I'll do like that.
Just slam the ice on the wall. But like there, I've learned a lot of like really interesting information about how they make Lakan Lambanog. I know that majority of us have been used to Lambanog being sold in the side of the streets and just being done in people's backyards. It's pretty much moonshine, but definitely things have changed, and there is a group of people who do lambanog very well, and one of these companies, and the one who is really pushing the envelope with lambanog is a company. Well, it's a brand called Lakan. I didn't get to ask you, Kat, does Lakan have a meaning? Is
Yes.
there a specific, what is Lakan? Is that Filipino or Tagalog? What is it? Or is it like
Um,
a word from Batangas? What does Lakan mean?
Lakan. Lakan means king,
Oh,
actually.
Lakan. Okay.
So yeah. So you
So
know,
it's like it's
uh,
like a datu also.
yeah. So Malacanang.
Yeah.
It means may lakan dyan. It's just a. It's like So
Okay.
that's
So
really
that's where
what.
Malacanang came from.
Yes.
So
So
ma-
lakan
so
means
it's like,
ruler. It means king.
okay.
Yes.
So Malacanang is the house of the ruler, like that.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
but
So
Lakan is
what's your
from which
preference?
side of the Philippines? Is it like, is it like from the northern side, or it's Tagalog side? So it's Tagalog.
I'm honestly I'm not quite sure, but I think it's yeah. That's what they told me. That's what it means. So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Lakan being
So I think
the
I have
king, the
my
ruler.
crushed ice. I have my crushed ice ready.
Finally, can make
Yes.
this nice and cold.
Okay,
And
great.
folks, when you're drinking lambanog, and I know some of you are probably already grimacing there because you're probably thinking that, you're probably remembering that a lot of these bottles of lambanog are being sold as like bubble gum flavor, or
Oh,
candy cane, cotton candy flavor. It's just all these like crazy colors, and they're so unnatural.
the reason
Forget about
why
that.
there's
We got craft
yeah,
lambanog by
the reason
Lakan.
why there's all these flavorings and colors is to mask that disgusting smell. It's not properly distilled, so they use all these funky flavors and colors to mask that. Um, and we don't do that. We don't have. You can't imagine how many times I've been asked, "Oh, will you be having flavors coming out with Lakan?" But I think it's just so beautiful, unadulterated, and it's just. I think everyone should try it. And it's available online. You can just order it. It'll be delivered at your
Where
doorstep,
is it
depending where you
available?
live.
Where can they find
I
it
believe
online?
in drinka.com and
Okay.
Boozy. Yes. So uh, I
Okay,
highly
cool.
recommend.
So for you
Yeah.
guys, my God, it's available online. Go and type up boozy or drinka and grab a bottle. You won't regret it. If you guys want to try, Uber craft made lambanog, Lakan is the one.
So I have to give a shout out. Simon's watching too. He's a big fan of Lakan. Hi.
Awesome. Hi,
He
Simon.
loves Lakan. So yeah, we have. I tell you, everyone who tries it just ends up like falling in love with the story, falling in love with the product,
How
and
many how many shots of Lakan? How do you what is your favorite way of like drinking Lakan? Is it straight up with ice, with water? How do you like your Lakan? How do you like your Lakan?
Well, if it really depends on the occasion. I think also if you get to try like the Lakan Gold, that really is superb. It really needs to be like uh, drank over ice. Um, and like last night we had some Japanese food, and I was like, oh, we need to have some lakan with it, and we drank it with
Wow.
with ice and maybe a squeeze of calamansi, and it was really great. It was a great pairing with our food. But another reason why I'm also part of the Philippine Craft Distillers family is because I also help them develop cocktails that we wanted to make it tropical. We want to celebrate Filipino ingredients, and that's what I'm all about. Check out the t-shirts. you know,
Check out the
the
shirt.
shirt. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a cocktail. It's just stuff that I have lying around.
Another Lambanog cocktail.
I have some lemon juice. The lemons are delivered to the house, and then I also made some beetroot shrub. So this is my shrub.
Right. I wouldn't be. It's not like on the top of my mind if you say lambanog with beetroot. But I understand. It's like a nice earthy flavor to it.
I love it. And the beets that I got were because we developed this community to support the Benguet farmers, especially after
Awesome.
the pandemic. So uh, they were able to deliver all this beautiful produce from Benguet to support the local farmers. So this is what they had, and these beets were as big as my head, and it's just so beautiful and earthy, and I love it. So I was like, okay, um, we're the same. To stretch our ingredients further, I made like some pickled beets, and then with that, I also got the the water that I boiled it in, and then I made some shrub with it, so that I can also enjoy it.
Yummy. I
Yes,
like that. I like
an
that.
everyday drink. You just add it with ice. It's good for your gut. It's a probiotic. So yeah. So
Awesome. And that's what we need. So it's a perfect. I love this drink. I love this drink.
okay. So
Everybody needs to stay healthy, so everybody needs to take care of their guts. And this is a great reason why you should be drinking lambanog and using these types of flavors or these ingredients with it.
yeah. So nothing goes to waste in this house. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So okay, I'm gonna get some of my beautiful Lakan bronze, and I'm just
What's
gonna
the
put.
difference between the gold and what's the difference between the gold and the one that you serving earlier? So how
Well,
many types of
the
lakan?
gold,
How many types of lakan are they anyway?
there's three. We have the gold, the silver, and the bronze. The bronze really was
Okay.
particularly developed for cocktails and
Okay.
for a younger market because it's more
Okay.
affordable. And I personally love the bronze because it's just so easy to drink. It's also a lower ABV, and it's distilled 3 times,
Okay.
whereas the gold is distilled 6 times. It's a
Wow,
little bit
six
higher on
times.
price. Yes, so it's a little bit higher in price. So that's why I think that the bronze is more approachable, I think, for the cocktail market. So yeah,
Wow,
so
six times.
I'm gonna,
6 times
yes,
distilled.
super smooth. Okay, so
Play
I'm gonna get
flavor.
this
Salute to
lambo.
ladies who love their craft cocktails. Hi. Thanks for the comment. Yes, we do love our cocktails.
Yes, we do.
And hope you do
So
too.
I put about 45 ml of the beetroot shrub. So next I'm gonna put 1 ounce of my lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now listen, people out there, if you're in quarantine, it doesn't have to be to a T. You don't if you don't have lemon juice available, use calamansi juice. And no judgment if you want to buy like the store bought lime juice, lemon juice, just to make things easier. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's nothing like fresh. So
Fresh
can I
is best.
yes. So I'm gonna put some fig syrup in here just to add some sweetness because we have the shrub which is already kind of acidic, and then we have our lemon. So I'm gonna put uh, 1 ounce or
Hi,
30 ml.
Kay. Kay's watching as well.
Hi, hi. Okay. Then I have my egg white. Put it in there. Okay, smack that. I'm gonna stand to shake it.
That's serious now.
Yeah.
Don't you miss doing that in front of like friends and at the bar?
Yeah.
Woo! I have to clap. I have to clap.
Okay. So, oh, so nice and frothy. Okay.
Nice.
So I just did a reverse shake. Um,
For the
for the
public
pros that
who don't know, who do not,
yeah,
who doesn't know about the terminologies and that, please indulge them. What is a
well,
reverse shake? Why do you need to do that?
because we have egg white in there and lime juice, we're kind of making like a froth. We're making like a meringue to go in the cocktail, and so I use the ice to kind of use it as like a beating tool, right? It's like the whisk. So I find that I have more success when I do the reverse shake rather than the traditional way. I like to make things easy for myself. Um, so I'm gonna shake it one more time. Okay.
There you
I think this
go.
is the only
Woohoo!
exercise I've done the whole quarantine. Okay, so I'm ready.
Beetroot, fig, Lakan Lambanog, lemon
Yes.
juice,
Oh, can I just
and egg whites. Oh, look, it's beautiful. Oh, can I
so
have? Can you just please pass it over to me? Pass it
here,
here.
here, here, here. So, so I have, just because I like things fancy, so I have a little bit of a lemon twist.
Nice.
So cheers, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Kat. Thanks for guesting on our show, Drink Manila Happy Hour plus one. And guys, thank you for joining us this Wednesday. I hope that we inspired you to drink lambanog, and more specifically, try a craft lambanog like Lakan.
Yes,
You won't regret it. You won't regret it. And
yes.
for anything else about, if you have any questions or concerns, you can just leave us a message on our comment page. You can find us. You can find Kat on her Facebook page and also on her Instagram. Would you like to share with them where they can find you as well, and how they can find Lakan as well?
Lakan, you can order that on Boozy. I believe it's boozy.ph and also a Drinka. And of course, we have a website. Um, just type in Lakan Premium Lambanog and then you'll find the website. We are also on Instagram. Uh, and of course, you can follow me on, you can see Kath Eckstein. That's my IG handle and Facebook. So, um, so yeah, there. Isn't it pretty? So cheers to smarter
Super,
drinking
super.
and cheers to uh, Philippine local products, and cheers to making sure that you have fun at home during this difficult time. Doesn't mean that you have to suffer. You can always make beautiful things for yourself, at
Just
home.
like a nice, beautiful cocktail.
Yes, I wish you were here. I miss you, and thanks for
We
having
miss you
me
too.
on the show. Yeah, thanks for having me in
Thank
the
you
happy
so much
hour.
as well. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon. Like, I really would love to see people in the flesh. I have like a lot of like chismis and cuento pa, but we can talk about that later. We won't share with we're not sharing that to the public right now. But guys, again, thanks so much for joining us, and I hope you guys can join us on Friday. On Friday, we have again Drink Manila Happy Hour. But at that time, it's going to be Tip Your Bartender. So we have another special bartender we're going to be featuring. And I hope you guys can tune in on Friday, 5 p.m. And for next week, I know that we already have a guest we're going to be sharing with you. We have a really great lineup actually for next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about bitters. So we're going to be having the co founder of Bitter Truth, Stefan Berg, on Wednesday. So if you guys want to learn about bitters, you have no idea what bitters are, Wednesday is the time for you guys to come and join us because we're going to be talking about bitters and how to use them. So again, thanks again, Kat. Thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you guys have a great, great Wednesday, and I hope you guys have a great drink also with you. So cheers,
Cheers.
cheers,
Support your
and see
local
you guys
bartender.
again.
Yes.
Support the local
Cheers.
bartender. Support local. Cheers,
Yes.
guys. See you
Cheers.
again.